Hey everyone, if you're a leader out there trying to make sense of this wild digital world we're living in, this one's for you. We're going to be diving into the big ideas from the book Leading Digital by Westerman, Bonnet, and McAfee. Think of it as a guide for not just surviving, but actually winning in this new era. So, the authors kick things off with this really powerful question. And trust me, this isn't just some clever opening line. It's a real challenge. Because the shift we're all going through, it's not just a small tremor, it's a full-blown earthquake.
And that's the core of it, right there. We are living through a moment in history that's just as massive as the Industrial Revolution. All this stuff, social media, mobile, big data, AI, it's not just another business trend. It's fundamentally rewriting the rules of the game. And the stakes for getting it right or getting it really wrong have literally never been higher.
This quote from Michael Tushman just nails the new reality. The days of saying, oh, that's a tech thing, let the IT department handle it. Yeah, those days are long gone. If you're in a leadership role today, digital strategy is your job. It's not something you can just pass off to someone else anymore.
Okay, so if that's the huge challenge we're facing, then what's the goal? What are we actually aiming for? Well, the book gives us a super clear target, something they call digital mastery. And this isn't just about keeping your head above water. It's the framework for becoming a leader in this new age.
So what on earth is digital mastery? Well, it's not just about buying the newest software or launching an app. The authors define it as this really powerful mix of two different things: what you're actually doing with the technology and how you're leading your people through that change. You absolutely have to have both.
Let's break that down a little. On one side, you've got your digital capability. That's the what. That's using tech to completely rethink your customer's experience, your operations, maybe even your entire business model. Then, on the other side, you have leadership capability. That's the how. This is all about having the vision and building the culture to actually make all that change happen. One without the other, well, it's pretty much guaranteed to fail.
So, let's zoom in on that first pillar, digital capability. This is the what. We're talking about the real, tangible ways that smart companies are using technology to get an edge.
The authors break this down into three key battlegrounds. First, how are you totally reinventing your customer's experience? Second, how are you using digital to supercharge your core operations? And third, and this is a big one, are you brave enough to transform your entire business model? Let's look at a couple of examples.
Let's talk about Burberry. Back in 2006, this iconic luxury brand was kind of lagging behind, so they made a really bold move to go after millennial customers, and they knew the only way to do that was to completely erase the line between their digital and physical stores.
Now, what's so powerful here is the mindset. The former CEO, Angela Ahrendts, she saw this digital tsunami on the horizon. This wasn't about a bunch of random, scattered projects. No, this was a single, unified vision to give customers total access to the Burberry brand anywhere on any device. Think live streaming fashion shows and a totally seamless experience from the app to the store.
Okay, so let's shift gears from the flashy customer-facing stuff to the nitty-gritty of internal operations. For a company like UPS, efficiency is their entire business. So they took on the massive challenge of using data and analytics to optimize their core delivery routes.
And the results are just staggering. 85 million miles saved every single year. Just let that sink in. That's not just millions of gallons of fuel saved, which is incredible. It's a massive financial and environmental advantage that turns operational efficiency into a killer competitive weapon.
But like we said earlier, having all the best tech in the world is only half the story. You have to have the leadership to actually make it all work. And that brings us to the second pillar of digital mastery, building your leadership capability. This is the how.
So the book lays out a clear three-step playbook for leaders. First, your job is to craft a vision. Second, you have to engage your entire organization in that vision. And third, you need to actively govern the change process to make sure it actually sticks.
And here's a really crucial point about that vision. It can't just be about small incremental improvements. Making your current way of doing things just a little bit faster or a little bit cheaper. That's not going to cut it in the second machine age. You have to be aiming for something much, much bigger.
I absolutely love this metaphor the book uses to illustrate the difference. Ask yourself, are you just trying to build a faster caterpillar, or are you trying to become a butterfly? A faster caterpillar is, still a caterpillar. A butterfly is something completely new. That is the level of transformation that digital masters shoot for.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together into a final playbook.
If you're going to build your own strategy for leading digital, what are the key things you really need to remember?
First, you have to recognize we're in a completely new era, the second machine age. Second, your North Star, your goal, should be digital mastery. And remember, that means you need both digital capability, the what, and leadership capability, the how. You build the what by going after customer experience, operations, and your business model. And you build the how with a powerful vision, engaging your people, and good governance.
And that really brings us to the final critical question. This is the one I want you to take back to your team. Take a hard look at your current strategy, at your digital projects. Be honest. Are you just building a faster caterpillar, or are you really truly trying to become a butterfly? Just how transformative is your vision?
And here's the most exciting part. With the pace of change accelerating every single day, the authors leave us with this one powerful final thought. When it comes to what's possible in our digital future, we really ain't seen nothing yet.